The Volkswagen Beetle is one of the most iconic cars in the world. It's loved and sometimes hated all around the globe. Now though, its production life has come to an end, but the three forms of the Beetle over the years will always be remembered. In this video, I'm going to be telling you a bit about each of the generations of the tiny Beetle. The Beetle's history starts way back in 1938, when the first Beetle, known officially back then as the Volkswagen Type 1, rolled off the production line. This tiny thing was also Volkswagen's first car. You may have guessed that from the name Type 1. The Type 1 was known casually as the Volkswagen Beetle, of which it gets its name today, meaning VW bug in German. Over the years, it has adapted to many other nicknames from around the world, but the Beetle will always remain as the most popular. Anyway, back to the car. The first generation stayed around for a very long time, until its production ended in 2003. Throughout this long lifetime, it evolved over time, with new years bringing new parts and gadgets fitted to the car, but it's always stayed the same platform until 2003. This generation of the Beetle has also starred in many known films, such as Herbie the Love Bug. But why make such a small and unusual car in the first place? Well, during World War II, there was a need for a simple and cheap car that was mass-produced to travel on the new roads of Germany. To solve this, Adolf Hitler, the leader of Nazi Germany, told lead engineer Ferdinand Porsche to create a Volkswagen, which translates to people's car in English. Yes, Ferdinand Porsche was the guy who founded the sports car company Porsche, so you may have seen some resemblance in the design, such as the round headlamps. So, the Volkswagen Type 1 was a two-door rear-engine car. It could seat 5 people and had a 25 horsepower engine that could push the car to reach a top speed of around 100 km per hour. But as technology developed over the years, the power output of the Beetle gradually increased and climbed its way up the horsepower ladder. The design of the Beetle was unlike any car at that time. It was a very clean and round design and was also available as a convertible. Because of the popularity and long production time of the Beetle, it holds the record for the longest running and most manufactured single-platform car ever, with an astonishing 21,529,464 vehicles made. From 1967 onwards, the Beetle has been produced in Puebla, Mexico. After all these years of the Beetle not having a major change, Volkswagen finally decided to build a completely new version of the Beetle. What I'm talking about is the second generation Volkswagen Beetle, known officially as the New Beetle. Introduced in 1997, this Beetle was in production at the same Puebla plant in Mexico until 2011. A major change compared to the original first generation Beetle is that the engine is in the front like a conventional car instead of in the rear. The rear now housed the boot. Another change was that the Beetle was front-wheel drive, like most small hatchbacks today. Previously, the Beetle had always been rear-wheel drive. The first models of the new Beetle had a power output of 115 horsepower and could reach a top speed of 177 km per hour, though these stats, just like the Type 1, increased over time. In terms of the design, you can tell that it's majorly influenced by the original design, making it instantly recognizable as a Beetle. I find that the car is slightly more geometric than the Type 1, an example being its perfectly semicircled windows. Like the original Beetle, the new Beetle was also available as a soft roof convertible. Finally, we come to the most recent and newest generation of the Beetle. This model lasted until 2019, when the Volkswagen Beetle got discontinued, and it was first revealed in 2011. This final Beetle version was faster and more sporty than ever. The standard spec car had 170 horsepower and hit a top speed of 205 km per hour. The way the car looked also supports this speed. By just looking at it, you can tell that it has an even more sportier and modern look than the first two Beetles. Everything down to the little spoiler at the rear and the fact that the car sits 0.5 inches lower than the new Beetle helped with the look. Even with all this, it still kept its traditional and the flagship roundish Beetle look in general. Once again, this car was also available in a convertible model starting from 2013. Like the new Beetle, it has its engine at the front, and drives the front wheels. So, since the first Volkswagen Beetle was released way back in 1938, simply for the use of a small family car, it's come a long way, and finally, the last Beetle exited the production line on 9th of June 2019. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. See ya!